Hello. Is that better? No. Canada. Sound working now? There we go. I can hear it. Hey, everybody. I'm super nervous. I'm not even sure what I want to talk about. I just kind of been wanting to do this for years, actually. So, you guys showed me what StreamYard's about. I don't have a computer. I don't do computers. I only have a phone and a tablet. So, StreamYard made it so I could use them. Exactly. Breathe. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. Anybody want to come up? Here, put the link down. Paste. Yeah, I know I'm crazy looking. I am crazy. Doing my best to try and be an ex-dirtbag. I'm only experiencing it for the last 5 or 6 years. Come on up, man. You see how you get into the backstage? I think it's here. I'm not sure how to work all this yet, so bear with me. I'll figure it out. The stream. What's up, brother?
Nothing much, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm
First time I
extremely
check you
good, man.
out, brother. The first time I check you out, and you look like a mean motherfucker. Bam!
I try to be, I try to be as kind as I can. I don't. This camera's weird for me. Uh, I don't try to be mean though. I'm pretty much what you put into it. You know, when people come at me, how they come at me. Uh, I know when I first met you, man, I was extremely triggered easily all the time, and things have really improved the last 6 months, man.
Hey, listen, brother. The best part, the best thing is when you don't look mean, you don't look and you don't act mean, but you got that meanness in you if necessary. That's
Yeah,
what's important, brother.
it's only been 3 weeks since my last fight, so
Oh, not bad. It's been years.
yeah, dude. I didn't pick it. I was at the dog park. I was an asshole. He got in my face, and I didn't hurt him. I just hip through him, and he ended it. But it was still a fight, and I don't. I'm trying to be a pacifist, not pacifist to your face, but a pacifist. You know,
Yeah,
I,
it
I don't.
might
I
be
don't.
the best thing, especially
I've
in
got a.
this day and age.
I got a violent history, man. I've been to prison. I'm not a great guy. I never have been. I have people that love me, but I'm trying to be honest because you don't want to lie during the apocalypse, right? Trying to
Yeah,
be
and the
honest
thing
and
about that,
realistic.
brother, the thing about
Yeah,
that, like the way you said it, I'm trying to be honest. Being honest is easy. It
I
really is,
know.
brother.
I know, but see, I've also struggled with being a people pleaser, man, and that ain't easy for me because
That's
I
right.
I hate conflict. And then when I have the CPTSD, man, and there's three things. Okay, there's fight and flight, but there's also freeze. Everybody has one of them, and they only use one of them. When you get scared, you either freeze, run, or fight. And I fight, so I get anxious, I get wound up, and then that's why I stay away from people. I keep to myself because I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to be in conflict. And a lot of people, that seems what they want to do is they just want to push you to conflict. So I try to avoid people.
Well, the best thing in those type of instances, because I totally get it, brother. Listen, I'm 50 years old,
So
okay?
am I. I'm
And
51. Yeah.
51, right? So,
Yep.
and in all my life, I've had three fights only, three real fights. And every time the person ended up in a hospital, and I could
Yeah.
have ended up in a jail. And so I realized that that's a dangerous situation because a fight, it could have, hey, any of those things could have ended in death for the other person and maybe me. Unlikely me, but it could have happened. And
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
not something you
danger.
want to live with.
Exactly, especially when you live in a world that has laws that are made for them and not for us. And so the trick here is man, okay, if you know that in the general public, okay, maybe there might be some assholes or whatever, which might end up triggering you in case you can't control that, try and pick good areas. The last thing you want to
Oh,
do, in my
I'm
opinion,
I'm
right,
good
is
at it.
don't
I
stay
just
alone. Right? Don't
yeah.
stay alone. Maybe go to a church. Maybe go to a place where you have a
No, I don't
community
do
or
churches,
something.
man. No, I don't do doctrines or churches. I can't. Just
Yeah.
it's I don't want somebody telling me what it means. I can figure it out for myself. I'm not no dummy.
No, absolutely. You know, like if
Yeah,
I go to a church, it's not because of the idea of the church. You know, it's more the idea of the people. You know,
the
like that's
fellowship.
what I
Yeah,
mean, right? The
I had
people who
my
are in
fellowship.
there,
I had my fellowship
fellowship.
all night last night. It was awesome. I'm at my cousin's house. House sitting, and I'm having a great. This is my vacation. So,
Nice.
in his backyard, there's deers that walk through. This awesome deck
Oh man,
with a fire
yeah,
pit and the curtains.
that is great, man.
Yeah, there's
Looks
a hammock I
peaceful.
can put up if I want. Yeah, and they let me have the whole house to myself for a week while they go out of
Oh,
town and I watch their dogs. Works
that's
out good.
great, man.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice vacation.
It's a good
It's a
deal.
beautiful house.
Well, let me ask you then, brother. What's your first name? Like me, I'm Tony. You know that already.
My first name is Stuart, my birth name,
Stuart.
but I'm trying to change my name to Samson legally.
Ah, all right. So let's go
I
with
did that
Samson then.
like 6 years ago. I changed my name and my family and everybody called me Samson. So this is my real persona. I am Samson. That is my name. My cousin, he uh he helped me. He's the one that gave me the name because I was praying, wanting to change my name because I didn't like being Stu, you know. I didn't like people saying, "Hey, what's up, Stewie?" I'm not a gay homosexual baby that has sex with a dog,
Oh
you know.
man.
You know what I'm saying? I hated it. I
Yeah, I
hate
guess.
Family Guy.
Yeah. Well, let me
Anyway,
ask you, Samson.
yeah,
Let me ask you, what's your goal, man? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what is the idea behind what you mostly would like to do on your channel? Like, do you have an idea already, or let us know what you're hoping to do?
fellowship, I guess. I like you guys. Okay. You guys seem approachable. You seem like you can actually take as much as you can give. Um, you're not nice people. I don't mean nice like kind. Kind is, see, semantics are important to me. I think semantics are important to me. I don't know what I want to do with my channel. I've never figured that out because I'm not a preacher. I love the Bible and I love God, but I'm not going to push what I believe. I want to live what I believe. I don't want to be religious. I want to live my beliefs.
Good.
You know what I mean? I want to set an example. I want to do what I know is right. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense?
And when
Yeah.
did you?
People ask me what I do for a living. People ask me what I do for a living. I breathe in, I breathe out. Everything else is relative. Life is going to have all kinds of twists and turns, and it's not. You don't live by your job. If you identify with your job, you're limiting yourself, right?
Absolutely, man.
I've been disabled
I
since
have discovered from the
2005.
past. Yeah, I have discovered in the past, Samson, that you did come in. You did come or definitely believe more in God at a certain point in your life. Um, like, do you mind sharing that a little bit, brother? Like, when did you discover God, or were you always in God, but you discovered it even more, Jesus, and all of that
I've
stuff? Could you tell us a bit about
always,
that, brother?
man, it's a hard story, and
I
I'm
know.
going to tell it. Okay. In 1997, when I was still very foolish and ignorant, I was playing with a gun and I shot a guy and he died in
Oh,
my arms.
shit.
And I was criminally negligent for what I did. And I've lived with that and nightmares for over 20 years. Um, Everybody knew I didn't do it on purpose, you know, but I still had to go to prison for it. I was the only person in prison that was guilty. But when I went in, I was on suicide watch for the first 3 days. And then my mom brought my son in to see me so uh, I could, so she could get me because I wasn't doing it. I was just laying on the floor, and the guards were worried about me. Even they told her to bring my son in. He was about 2 or 3, and gave me a visit so I could get back on my feet. And then the first thing they did, when you're in holding and suicide watch, they keep you in a little cell, and then they'll put you on the cell block, which is like actual maximum security kind of cell block, with a tier and the steel toilets and double bunks in the rooms. But they stuck me in the door, and the first thing I ran into this guy. I don't really remember what his face looked like, but he was really kind eyes, blue eyes. And he said, and you're not going to hear this when you first walk in, because people ain't kind. I was all over the news, all over the TV about what a killer I was and what horrible thing I'd done. And the first thing he said to me, he says, it's okay to forgive yourself. I never seen that guy again. And, I think it might have been an angel, because people don't say stuff like that to each other in prison or in jail. And that's when things started to turn for me, because that's when I started, because you're seeking forgiveness. When you do something like that, you got all kinds of things that are twisting your life upside down, making you miserable. You know what I mean? I don't even know.
The beast system is like that, brother. The beast system. It does that. It attacks you from all angles.
It makes you angry and hate yourself and hate the world. And by the time I was 15, I was super angry, into drugs, and all I wanted to do was get laid and get high. That was all I wanted to do by the time I was 15. And then that went on until I was about 32 or 25. Yeah, 25. Yeah, that's when I was wanting to settle down. That's when I met the girl, and that's when that shit happened. And when I got out of prison, we were broke up because, she didn't want to be with me for it. It was bad memories for her. I could understand that. And anyways, I got a job. I was working hard. I started to talk to a lady that I knew for a while. We got along, and I got sick, and she took care of me, and we got married. And then 6 years ago, she passed away. She was the one that was into God. She was the one that made me palatable.
My condolences, brother.
She was my girl, man. She was a good lady. And she's the one that was really into God. She loved him to the very end. And she's the one that started me into studying the Bible, and I got really serious about it. And then I started finding proofs, like archaeological proofs of the Bible being true. So I decided Bible's true. I'm just going to go with it. And started following like different people like Rob Skiba and stuff into the Torah community and stuff. And then Rob Skiba, when he decided he was going to follow Q, I wasn't in that. I wasn't going to go for that. I knew there was something to it, but I didn't want to go that way. I called him out as a false prophet, and then it felt like everything just fell apart in that whole community. So I've kind of been bouncing around from live channel to live channel, just looking.
Well, in my opinion, you saw right, brother. In my opinion, you saw right.
Yeah, I told him. I says he's a false prophet, man. He's got the frog thing going on. The Egyptian god that they were given problems with. Remember, the frogs came out of the river, and they had that plague of frogs. That was because their god was going to protect their firstborn. Was Kek. You know about the cult of Kek, don't you?
Well, personally, no, brother, man. Tell me about it, please.
That's the Q phenomenon, man. When I first, let's see, it would have been 2018 when I started really finding out about the Q thing and digging into it. And it's got a lot of truth to it, obviously, or it wouldn't draw people in.
Just be careful to talk too much in detail about that, brother, because your first video is going to start getting hit because they don't like that type of subject. Just for yourself, okay?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that whole phenomenon.
That whole psyop.
Call it that. Yeah, that whole psyop.
We could call it a psyop.
I don't know if necessarily it's a psyop, man. I almost think it's revelation related, dude.
Well, here, let me just interrupt you very quick then. Well, let me interrupt you very. Yeah, I'll interrupt you very quick, Samson. I did a research into that. It was started by two fucking pimple popping college idiots as a joke, and then they got exposed, and then someone above or whatever carried it on a few months later, and then it took the big steps that it took. It's a
Okay.
total orchestrated psyop. And I mean, if you really think about the whole story, I mean, it's a fairy tale: black hats,
Yeah.
white hats, good guy versus bad, inside the
Yeah.
government, and all that stuff. This is an
Yeah.
impossibility in our world, you know. But go
There's a
ahead,
lot
bro.
of truth. There's a lot of truth in it, though.
Well, yeah, but the truth is basically what truthers do. They're going to tell you the truths that you already know. If you really looked at it, they predicted nothing, but they gave you facts about the past.
Yeah, and it's open source information. I got that.
There you go, you
Yeah,
know.
it's
But
all
yeah, tell me
available,
about
open
that
source
cult thing
information.
that you were saying as well, brother, with the
The
frogs and
cult
the
of Keck. When Trump got elected, there was this thing through Trey Smith called the prophecy of Trump, and it was talking about Kim Clement, right? And Kim Clement even talked about Q in his prophecies and all that, and it got a lot of people excited. And in the Revelation 16, it talks about uh, the false prophet, the beast and the dragon all have evil spirits come out of their mouths that are frogs. And the cult of Keck and Pepe the Frog, and all of them use the frog and memes.
I
That's the
saw that
demonic
Pepe guy
warfare.
on Twitter.
Yeah, that's all demonic warfare, dude. That's like Russian. Yeah, it's old school. It's been around for a while. And now they
Wow.
use what they call memes. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm almost thinking it's related to Revelation. So like I keep track of it still because I see stuff moving in ways that makes me nervous. That's all.
Ah, man, that's pretty amazing. But you see, that's another thing. Like I find even the way you said it, I've heard it before as well. Okay, but how they'll, for example, they can cater stuff to go along certain things that they know that people grasp to. So, for example, like the gematria stuff. If you ever notice, especially the biggest shill in gematria that there's out there, that guy, I forgot what his fucking name is there. I forget his name, but people will know him. The big gematria guy. I
I
exposed him already, and he ran away crying like a
I
little
don't
bitch.
follow that kind of stuff. I
Okay,
don't deal with
well,
gematria. I'm strictly Bible based, man. I mean,
no
even down to
worries,
my
no
diet,
worries.
down to my diet. So
Yeah, no worries, brother. But the people in the chat will recognize who I'm talking about. He's another bitch that works on TFR, the Truth Frequency Radio
True
with all the
Frequency
shills,
Radio.
right?
Okay.
With all the shills that are there already.
I can't
Anyway,
believe there's Christians that listen to that, man.
unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I
Right.
mean, they're listening to Satan worshippers. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, you
But
can listen
anyways,
to the commercials on that channel, and you know it's not Christian based.
exactly. But anyway, so the point being is that they know already the Bible. The devil knows the Bible better than all of us know it as
Oh
well.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
easily shaped a guy like Trump, who they groomed from birth. I mean, he's one
yeah.
of
They
them.
The Tavistock Institute followed and did the tracking online, so they could get people's, so they were using the metadata to track it and have him follow the polls and build him. Yeah,
There you go. And they steered his life to follow certain paths so that people can then try and put it together like he is the big savior or the big demon. It
yep,
could go either way. And that is
yep.
the hope of a lot of people when you're desperate. Everybody expects Superman to appear or Spider-Man or some type of a hero, one guy that's going to save the world like Jesus Christ would have done. But there isn't that type of one guy out there. It ain't gonna be Trump that's gonna save the world or anyone. It's a
No,
special club. You gotta right.
because if he's the dragon or the beast destroys what they built. So
Exactly. And
he's
me,
not going to
what
save us. He's going to destroy it
absolutely
all.
not. And the worst part is that he's gonna do nothing because he's nothing but a puppet. He's a marionette. There's nothing inside that man. He is evil to the core. He is an MK Ultra controlled person. Everything that comes out of his mouth is scripted and orchestrated. So he can't do shit, just like they all can't do shit. They all follow orders, brother.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew he was going to be elected because I was seeing somebody for a brief time during the election, and you know how all his polls and everything would say he was he was not winning and stuff, and she kept
Exactly.
coming to me and asking me, "You sure Trump's going to be president?" I said, "Oh yeah." It's only because I seen that Oprah Winfrey interview he did in like the '90s, and everything he said, he was just basically he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'd ever want to be president." It's like, dude, the whole reason you're talking the way you're talking is because it's obvious you want to be president. I don't
Exactly.
hate the guy. He's a likable guy. I mean, you know, a lot of things he does can be endearing, but I don't trust him. I haven't
Well, in reality,
participated in
Samson,
politics since 2008, so
but in reality, Samson, if ever you do look at the guy, he's a disgusting human being. When
I
you
know.
really look at the
When you
shit
say grab
done
him
in
by
his
the
life,
pee and stuff, yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
he's totally disgusting. Like, he's one of the grossest people in the world. I mean, the only reason Biden is worse is because he's fucking evil to the core, but now he's also like stupid. But all his crimes are out in the
dude,
open
there's a
with
lot of
his son.
anomalies in what's going on, though. You do realize that, right? There's big stuff going on. They're changing the world, man. Things ain't gonna be ever the same. Things are gonna
It's everything they
really,
predicted they were gonna do, man.
yeah, yeah,
1984, man.
yeah.
They've
Like
told us
Cuba's
for
in
hundreds
revolt
of
right
years.
now. South Africa's burning. Cuba's in revolt. There's 4 presidents of countries that have died mysteriously, and all 4 of them refused the vaccine in their country.
And even that could be orchestrated, brother, because they
I'm
cover
sure.
all the bases, right? Because
Yeah,
that is one of the things, is to instill fear, you know. So like they'll
yeah,
instill fear, or they'll tell you, let's say that the so-called medicine there has killed many people, but then people, they know they still got to take it, but they're going there in total fear as they take it. That's like the
yeah.
total proof, you know, that they have total control. It's like putting a muzzle on a person. It
Yeah,
tells them
dude,
that they
flooding.
have total control.
Yeah, it's the flooding's crazy too. Do you believe all the weather anomalies? I think they have control of the weather. I wouldn't doubt it.
For sure. And even things
Yeah,
like that, you see, like when people skywatch or they have control of the weather. Yeah, okay. Let's say it's true. Let's say it's not true. Either way, what is it going to change in what we're facing coming up? I mean, it's just knowing that they are or they aren't.
it's just because I'm a watchman, man.
That's right.
You're supposed to be a watchman. You got to watch what's going on. You got to be aware. You got to
Exactly.
be looking for when he comes, because he can come like a thief in the night if you're not ready.
There you go. Knowledge. Knowledge
Right.
so that you can maneuver.
Yeah. Meek like a lamb and wise like a serpent.
That's right, brother. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm keeping my eye on it all, and I like to update people because there's a lot of good news that comes out of it that keeps you up to date. You know, I use Telegram a lot, so I'm not big on new social media or anything, but I get on Telegram and I get hungry for news. I got to feed my brain.
And again, it is important to keep an eye on stuff. But here, I'll just
Yeah.
give you an example because I see it in the notes, right? Where everybody is writing droughts, right? Don, you're writing droughts. We're starting to see droughts. But look how easy that is to fake. Any given day, even 20 years ago, if I have control of the full media, I can go around the world and find out all the places that they're having droughts. And then I
Yeah.
take all of those, I'll find 20 places and splatter it across the news media all around the world that I control. And it's going to make the world think that the whole world is in a drought. Everything is controlled, is what I'm trying to say. You get it?
Yep.
If they want to push that the forest in Amazon is burning, all they got to do is start doing a few clips, spread that shit across all the organizations they control, which is all of them. And now you're thinking that the world is burning. I mean, they're laying it all out, and the picture screen is that TV where they MK Ultra you.
Yeah, check this out, man. It says in Revelation also that the 4 angels will be sent to the 4 corners of the earth to kill 1/3 of men, and there's 4 pharmaceutical companies.
There you go. You can go with that idea as well. They orchestrate all that stuff, right? They orchestrate it all. You know, one movie that I would like somebody in knowledge to freaking break down. It's a very old one by that guy, an ugly guy. What's his name again? Yeah, Demi Moore. So it did.
Yeah, Demi Moore. yeah.
It did that movie, The Seventh Sign.
Oh yeah, I've watched it, and
Remember that?
I think a lot of it's. I don't even think it's based on Revelation, to be honest, because they
Really?
start
So that's
talking.
why I would love somebody if they can break down that movie and tell me, does it come from scripture? Is there something about the 7 signs or all of that stuff and the way that they
They're
describe
talking
it?
about the 7 angels or the 7 cups that's poured out. One's poured on the sun to scorch men. One's poured on for the winds. The one for the 4 angels to go to the corners. Yeah.
So that's why I would like to see that, because as I was watching the movie when I was extremely young, to me it seemed like, whoa, man, Look at
Scary.
this. And they're
Yeah.
going one by one, each sign, each sign, each sign, you know? And I was wondering at that time, man, is this based in the story of God and Jesus Christ? Is this
They
real?
used they used license, of course. Artistic license is what they
For
call it.
sure.
Blaspheme it. You know what I mean?
But they were mentioning how the world, like one of the signs is where you're going to see all kinds of locusts and insects invading the world, right? And all these little things. And you have like one guy, angel like, who is going around confirming the signs. Anyways, I would love it if somebody could break that down one day.
I'll watch it again and I'll go over because I read Revelation quite often lately.
Hey man, you might be the perfect guy to do it. You watch that
I'll
movie,
check
it's
it out.
free
I'll watch it
somewhere,
again.
right? It's
Yeah,
free
I
somewhere, and
remember
then you can compare it.
it stuck with me too because it was kind of a scary kind of movie.
Yeah,
You know?
and it was sad at the end, right? Because you had that guy who was mentally retarded, who did an act that he felt was a righteous act, and then I guess that last sign was the fact that, hey, you're gonna kill an innocent man who did the right thing. You know, makes you think of that until you
Yep.
reach the baby of that guy that
I don't
can't have
think that
babies anymore.
I don't know if that's part of Revelation though, that a guy would sacrifice himself for the good. I don't know that
That's what I
in
mean.
there.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean. That's why I'm saying
read
you
it
might be
again.
the perfect guy to do a comparison from the movie to what's really in Revelation, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at chat now. Here, I'm going to use my phone so I can follow chat. So if I'm looking down, it's not because I'm not looking at you guys.
Oh, it's tough, man. Like I say, it's your first time, so yeah,
Yeah.
and obviously a bit nervous. But even me, like sometimes when I go off on a little bit of a speech, man, and I miss a bunch of chat, and I feel so bad for the people because I want to show it all, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard, you know.
Yeah, I should go through here and say hi to everybody.
And that is a good sign as you're looking at that, Richard. I mean, listen, me and Richard were talking right now, and we both didn't notice the chat. And that should tell people that we were really talking and listening to each other, because you can't do both. It's impossible for you to actually be having a conversation with someone and paying attention to the chat, because that means that your attention is not fully on the thing, you know? And I think
Yeah.
that shows honesty.
I really appreciate you doing this, Tony. I'm really grateful that you come up here to help me out through my first
Hey,
training.
my pleasure, brother, man. In
Much
case I go,
appreciated,
man, I would love many people to continue the work, you know?
Yeah. Hey, some people we got to speak up. I've been afraid to speak up because I don't know, because of my history, I guess, because I ain't got no right to say nothing, because I'm not the best person in the world. I'm a detriment to any movement that I attach myself to, but with forgiveness, I shouldn't be worried about it.
Yeah, brother. I mean, you said the thing. Listen, you have repented, and you know in your heart, and I know you will never
Right,
repeat
Grappy.
that sin again. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know? Check this out. We're talking about breathing here. This is awesome. The Holy Spirit it's translated. It's called Ruach Hakodesh, and it actually means set apart breath. So if because I have CPTSD, I've been working on it. I'm a lot less triggered. But what you got to do when you get into that state is you have to breathe from your belly, because you have a sympathetic nervous system, and what's the other one? Like there's two breathing for your breathing. One's passive, you know, like when you just breathe, and when you get scared, you'll start breathing shallow. And you don't even realize it. That's first sign of panic. A Navy SEAL will always tell you, breathe when you're scared. Get a deep breath from your belly down by your balls and get it in there and get it out. And it'll help you overcome that fear and start to use your mind again, because fear takes you out of your rational mind and makes you very easy to control and emotionally easy to predict, like fighting or running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What with
Yeah.
what you described before when you made that error when you were younger? Did that mean that took away any possibility of you entering the service in any manner? Did you do any service time?
No, I was
No.
25 years old or 27 years old when that happened.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, and I was raised by Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh man, so you got stories to tell too, brother.
Yeah, I was raised in a cult.
There you go, man. And look,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, if you were there way at the beginning when I first started, I met Amanda and Doug Lacoste, who both were ex-alcoholics, heavy. and they got recruited by the Jehovah Witness through the Alcoholics Anonymous program, which are all connected by the Freemasons and stuff like that. And they told us their experience of the Jehovah Witness. And the first thing that they said is what you just said right now. It's a cult.
I think so, but any religion's really a cult, dude.
In a way,
Even
you're
like
right.
when you have, it's culture is what cult stands for. It's a culture. When you have people that like all these people here, all of us in this group with you, we're kind of a cult too, because we have our own language. Throw them under the bus, you know?
But here's the
It's
difference, though,
culture.
brother. Here's the difference. In a cult, they will weed out members. It's not open to everybody. And that's
Especially
the
when
one
you get a
big difference.
narcissistic individual running it.
Exactly. And that's the one thing that everybody can always point to. Example, in my streams and hopefully your streams or whatever, everybody is welcome no matter what you believe. Just treat the person, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And don't forget that you're a sinner as well. But otherwise, it's an open club. Everybody could join endlessly. In a cult the way they have it. No, they've got their strict rules. And if you talk out of line, you're gone. And that's the big difference in a cult, brother.
Yeah. I'm grateful that I got to meet you, Tony. Just to be honest, I didn't like you when I first met you. You knew that, right?
Yeah, you pissed me off too.
Yeah, I've been told. Hey, I've had many people that were my good friends. We were friends for like years, and then they say, "You know, when I first met you, I thought you were an asshole." I says, "Wow, I really needed to hear that," you know. But no, I can come across wrong. I come across hard and edgy sometimes. So.
But yeah, tell me, how did you feel about me at the beginning and all of that stuff? Yeah, tell me a little bit about it.
I was triggered. I was like looking to protect my friends, you know, and I didn't need to do that. They're big boys; they can do that on their own. So, and that's all that was, is me just trying to look out for people that I liked. They didn't have the same feeling about me, but I was, you know, I was in the cult mindset a little bit, and I wasn't ready to jump out. So I got mad at you because you were calling shit out, and I wasn't totally straight yet.
That's so freaky.
I'm not totally straight yet either. But
yeah, and it's okay. We're working on it, brother, right? Yeah. That's it. You're working on it, so that's the good thing, and you're on the right path. I truly feel, and you've got a lot that you can teach and tell people as well. The thing that really got me closer to you was when you sent me that email and you told me a little bit about yourself. For one, then I did get hurt when you turned on me. That I felt that you turned on me. However, you then came back. And when you did that move, because I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but when you did that,
I'm not holding that grudge. It's not. I was honest about it.
No, not about our grudge. No, not about our grudge. It was when you did the move where you listened to one of the shows, and I brought up what Bob Nodell had said and what you ended up doing there on your own. I think I ended up showing it on the stream. That fucking touched me, man, because I knew you were a big fan of his.
Too. I just made it unlisted. Yeah.
That's right. And that really touched me because to me, it told me, fuck, this guy really loved that flat earth whole thing and Bob Nodell and everybody. And he fucking saw what I showed and he felt I was right. And he did his own research and ended up even calling him out. And that fucking that took balls, brother.
That stuff he did, man, the way he talked and the way he went about it, super slimy, desensitizing people to it. And if he, you know, because people are looking for somebody that knows what they're doing. None of us know what the fuck we're doing, and everybody's acting like we know what we're doing and we're wise, and we could mislead people that way because people are. But that's also their responsibility because it's your responsibility. You're your responsibility. You know what I mean? And people are looking for answers, and they're looking to people for them, and it's just not always the best thing to do. You got to look inside because that's where Yah or God is. He dwells in you, in between your temples. He's the breath of life, man. He's in you. He's there, you know. And you don't want to treat people badly because those are also have God's life in them. Even the ones that are in the wrong. You know.
And you know,
you got to call wrong out. Don't think that I don't want to call wrong out. You judge by fruits, not by appearance.
That's right. And that's the beauty of what you just said right now, because later after you're done with your stream, because I think I have to hit the religious spirit tonight. It has to be done tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. But one of the
whenever you're ready to Yeah,
No, it's
I
whenever
was only
you're
planning
ready,
on coming
brother.
on for like an hour or so because
Exactly.
I'm having a really good day. I'm in a really good place. Where I'm usually at my house, there's a lot of us there, and I don't want to sit there and talk a lot because it'll disturb people.
Speaking of which, I still see light out. Where are you located, brother? Because me, it's totally dark here.
Nebraska. Well, I'm actually in Iowa right now. I live in Nebraska. That's flyover country. You ever heard of it?
No.
It's beautiful out here. It's all flat land, man. I live in the
Yeah,
Great
but
Plains
Iowa,
in the
what time
middle of
you
the
got,
U.S.
man? What time do you
Huh?
got? What time is it there right now?
It is 9:03. Sun. It's still twilight. The sun's down, but it's twilight.
Ah, yeah, man, that's not
I
bad.
got
Only
good
one.
cameras. I got good cameras on my phone and my tablet.
I guess so,
That's
because
why
me,
I
it's total
got
pitch
them.
black.
Yeah. It here. The lights are on the porch.
Ah, okay, okay. I see. Okay, so it's not
It's
the
still
sky
light
that
in the
I'm
sky
seeing.
though. The sky's still a little light.
Yeah, yeah. So what I was gonna say about the religious spirit is that one of the characteristics of somebody who is possessed by a religious spirit is that what they're doing is that because of their ego, what they're doing is they're trying to show others what they know about. They're trying to basically brag to others, which in reality is they're trying to do the doing part so that they can impress others rather than look inside of them and get good with God themselves. So
Yep.
they're more in the bragging stage than in fucking fixing themselves. And that's one of the characteristics of being possessed by the religious spirit.
When I was coming off of the drugs and everything I relapsed after my wife died, and that's when my real religious experience became real because I got shown that God and the devil are real. Okay, but what really motivated me to change was that I wanted to help the world and I didn't know how. And you know what? The only thing you can change is yourself.
Yes.
I
That's
wanted
where
to
it
make the world a better
starts.
place by fixing myself. I'm working on it. I'm not great at it. I'm not the most intelligent person, nor am I the greatest person, but I really care about people. That's
It
what
is
always
the
caused me
best,
conflict.
brother. It's the best and most logical place to start. Even if you're starting on a trek where you want to
Thank you.
try and save the world or help the world, the best place to start is from yourself.
Yep. That's all I can do, man. That's the only thing I have any influence on, and I don't have a lot of control over that. I got more than I've ever had, and that's an improvement. But you know, I'm my own worst enemy a lot of times.
Yeah, and that we all are, brother.
Yeah.
We all are, and
Yeah.
you're ready to admit it, and others
Yeah.
are not.
Well, the mastering people is power. Mastering yourself is real power.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm about to end this stream. I really appreciate it.
Hey,
I'm
no
not going to be
problem, man.
on
So
this.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off, man. You did great, brother, and yeah, I guess
It
with
helps
time
with the
you'll see where you want
butterflies
to
getting it
go.
over. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a couple of weeks because of StreamYard. Thanks for showing me StreamYard too. It's awesome.
Hey, no
Uh,
problem, brother. So I'm gonna
yeah.
get off, but you really should take at least 2 to 5 minutes to like do some type of ending thing or whatever. Don't end it with just
Okay.
me leaving, man.
I won't, man. I appreciate you coming on and helping me out, man. I really do.
Hey, good stuff, man. Good luck with the rest, and glad I know you, brother.
And I'm glad I know you too, man. God bless you.
Ciao.
Peace.
Peace.
Wow, that felt good. He's a good dude. Boy, I think that's probably he tries. He's good with people. I think he has some skills with people. I don't. I'm the total hermit. Here, let me introduce you to my dog. Mexico. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Come here. Come say hi to the peoples. Here, come say hi to the people. Come on up. Oh, he's a big dog. Maximum fury. My life has only been hard, not because of God. I don't blame God for the shit that I've been through. That's the stuff that I did. He helped me through every bit of it. got a little story I want to share with everybody. Does anybody in chat know who Barabbas is? Yeah, I love my dog, my boy. Goes everywhere with. Does anybody know who Barabbas is from the Bible? He was the guy that was going to be crucified when they took Jesus. You know, the guy that they were talking to, yeah, yeah. And he was in a holding cell just a little ways away from where they were holding court. And Pilate was asking about it. And all he could hear was the loud noise of the crowd. So Pilate asks, here's your Jesus. What do we do with him? They say, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. So, and then he asks, and Barabbas hears that. I'm sure he does, And then Pilate asks the crowd, he says, do you want Jesus or Barabbas? And they say, Barabbas, Barabbas, Barabbas. Barabbas heard that, but he didn't know what was going on. And then he hears these footsteps coming down the hallway, thinking he's done. And they open the door and say, you're free to go. And he wasn't seeking forgiveness. He was a murderer and a thief and a political dissident. He wasn't seeking forgiveness. He wasn't, he probably might not even known about Jesus, which I'm sure he probably did because he was pretty well known. And he was the first one saved. So think about that. Think about that. God bless you all. And I'll see you guys around in chat. I love you all. Even if I don't like you, I love you. Peace.